Hey guys, what's up? David here. I'm back with another video today. I'm really amped up for two reasons. Number one, the weather's really nice today. It's actually a lot cooler than it was the last couple weeks. I'm so excited to be out in old Pasadena just to shoot video and some pictures. And the second reason I'm amped up today is because I had this really in-depth conversation yesterday with my buddy Spencer, who I've been seeing the last couple weeks, just to kind of like have creative days where we could talk about like projects that we want to do and like what's kind of like discouraging us from doing said projects and just things about life in general. And it put a lot of stuff into perspective for me last night and as well as him, and I kind of want to share that with you guys today because I kind of noticed a trend right now with a lot of my friends where we're all kind of like hitting our 30th birthday, and a lot of us are starting to realize like, oh shit, we've been around for 30 years. Oh crap, I'm not accomplished, I haven't done this. I went through that same phase, and right now a lot of my other friends are kind of going through that same phase. So I kind of want to make this video to help everyone out. But enough about that. Let's go out and about in old Pasadena and shoot some B-roll and just have fun today. Let's go. Okay, I got my coffee. I think I have an addiction problem, guys, because I drink coffee way too much. I have it for breakfast, lunch, and sometimes dinner. Although the dinner one, it's kind of a hit and miss because sometimes it really gets me wired up and I can't sleep, and other days it actually helps me sleep, so I don't know what's up with that. But now I just need to find a nice quiet spot where I can set the camera down and talk to you guys about what I talked with Spencer last night, because I think it's important that you guys hear part of what we were saying. And I didn't film the conversation last night, but I'm kind of gonna like reiterate it in a way where I could say it within a few minutes as opposed to 2 hours. So let's find that spot. Alright, so why is it every time I shoot outside there's always a plane flying up ahead? And also, Sony, please add a flip out screen to the camera because it'll make it that much better. Anyways, so the thing that Spencer and I really talked about was kind of like acknowledging what is holding us back and why comparing ourselves to other people is always a bad idea. And he mentioned that he was reading this book where you list out your, the positive things you want to do in life, your goals, and the negative stuff or fears that you might have, and you make a list. And pretty much it's like, I believe he said the book makes you look at them as characters in a movie or in a story, and they have conflict. And based off of that conflict, you're gonna be coming to that realization of what's essentially holding you back or eating away at you, and what kind of steps you can take to overcome it. So for example, when I worked at a barista job, it was a very draining job because I was always constantly not sleeping, the work schedule sucked, the environment was kind of toxic, and I just felt drained at the end of the day. Even though I could probably even get a full night's rest, I still felt exhausted. And once I quit that job to work the job that I'm doing now in the creative field, it's almost like night and day, like just how much in a better headspace I am at because of it. And that's kind of really put perspective to both of us. And the thing that I want you to take away from this video is that it's okay to go and open up to your friends or families or somebody you trust about some of the hardships that you're facing, because we're only human. We sometimes need to vent and help and get it out, but sometimes we're too prideful to share stuff like that. And the other thing that we talked about as far as like comparing ourselves to others is it's okay to compare yourself to somebody in the sense of like, I aspire to be like so-and-so because they are successful and they motivated me to start picking up, let's say, photography. But don't compare yourself to them as far as like what successes you've had versus what successes they've had or following or whatever. Because a lot of the people that we see that are, successful on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, is the result of their hard work and the fruits of their labor that we're just seeing. Perfect example of that, I think, is Gary Vaynerchuk. He's mentioned a number of times how he's been doing creative stuff for almost, I believe, 11 years, and what we're seeing now is the result of that work. But there's a whole story to Gary as far as who he was before he became the person that we know today. So having conversations like this with friends is fun. And the other thing we talked about is that, and I'm also going to address this to my close friends, because I went through the same thing, because I'm 30 now, and all of last year and leading up to earlier this year, I was saying in my head, like, crap, this is the last year of my 20s. What am I going to do? I haven't accomplished anything. And the other thing that I want to mention is, as far as what we talked about, was getting older. So for instance, I just turned 30 back in April, and I went through the whole thing of, oh my gosh, I am 30, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in life, I haven't accomplished anything, blah, 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 blah. You know, negative thing, negative thing, negative thing. Blah. And it's okay to say things like that, but don't take them to heart, because I have accomplished a lot of stuff the last 2 years creatively. I've worked with a number of big clients. I have been fortunate to work with a lot of these clients multiple times, and it's all just because I busted my ass and I worked hard to get to where I'm at right now. And it's just that mindset where, you know, we think that because we're 30, we are old now, you know. And life is very short. I lost my dad a few years ago, and it really put into perspective how limited our time is here. But even though that time is limited, the way we spend that time, I think, is much more important. I think there was a quote, I'm trying to remember, I think it was, it's not, I can't remember, but it basically had to do with living a fulfilled life. I think it's better to live a fulfilled life than a long life, or something like that. But it's just interesting to see a lot of my friends that are now turning 30 are kind of going through that same thing. And I just told them, and I hope this advice helps you as well, is that think of your 30s as you being 20 all over again, 20 2.0. And while you're not quote unquote young, you know, the thing that you are young still, because 30 is still relatively young. But you have this wisdom and experience from the last 10 years of your life that you can apply to the next 10 years, and so on and so forth, to help you make you a better person, to help make better decisions, whatever that may be. So take that experience that you've gained and learned the last 10 years of your life, or even if you want to go back further, in the last 29 years of your life, and apply it to your life now as a 30-year-old and beyond. Because trust me, being able to see that in that perspective is going to make things so much easier for you, and you're going to be able to achieve much more things. And if you need somebody to vent to, please do it. Talk to somebody that you know, that you absolutely trust, whether it be your significant other, your parents, a relative, just a good friend, and let them hear you out, and then have them kind of like give you an opinion, and just have this really in-depth conversation with them. So I hope this video helped you. You know, I'm happy that I've had these conversations with Spencer, because it's actually gotten me motivated to start vlogging again, and just, it's put me in a much better headspace. I do apologize if it was kind of all over the place. This was just me talking to the camera. I didn't really prepare anything. I usually try not to prepare a lot of stuff for vlogs, because I just kind of want to have it as a, I guess, make it as raw as I can. But you know, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Also, before that, comment down below if you want to see Spencer in the next video, where we could actually even probably film a conversation that we have about all the stuff that I discussed in this video.
and I don't know, maybe I could just make like one long video. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.